Welcome back, gang. Great to see you again on Cooking with Cookie. We got an exciting episode today. We're going to do a twist on the Nashville hot chicken. Because guess what? It ain't Nashville hot chicken we're making today. It's going to be Nashville hot fried ribs. That's right, fried ribs. Fried baby back ribs. Look at these beautiful, beautiful baby back ribs we got cut. Listen, it might be a football game to get on today. Or if you're down in the south somewhere, it might be a NASCAR race. We're going to season up these ribs. We're going to batter them and fry them just like you would with the Nashville fried chicken, hot chicken. We're going to show you how to do the sauce for them. It's an exciting day. Let's get started. So we've got our ribs here. First thing I like to do is I like to coat them with a little Louisiana hot sauce and let them marinate for a little while. So you can take your favorite type of hot sauce. If it's not Louisiana, maybe it's Crystal, something like that. But I like Louisiana brand. It's a nice vinegary flavor. Good and salty. So be generous with them there. And we're going to give that a little toss in there. Just kind of get that around in there good. So now that we got our Louisiana hot sauce on these ribs, we've let them soak for a little while. Give it about at least 30 minutes. We're going to get these seasoned up. I'm going to go in with a little bit of granulated garlic powder. I'm using a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Use whichever one you like. This is a little Chris's Cajun seasoning. All right. A little bit of black pepper, just ground black pepper. We'll go in. And a little bit of smoked paprika. All right. Now that we've got our seasonings in, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good toss around. Going to rub it real good. Rubbing meat, you know what? Seems like that seems to be a theme around here. We always rubbing some type of meat. Going to let them sit for about 20 or 30 minutes while we go ahead and get our flour ready for dredging. We're going to go into the pot with our ingredients for our Nashville hot sauce. This is that seasoned oil that we're going to toss these ribs in. We're going to start off stick of butter. We've got some brown sugar. We've got some oil, some olive oil. I'm going to go in with this olive oil, maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We've got cayenne pepper. There's two teaspoons of cayenne pepper there. You can add or pull back as much as you want. You know, if you're feeding to the kids or whatever, you don't want that spicy, pull back a little bit. I've got a little bit of smoked paprika, probably a half a teaspoon in there. Got some black pepper, right at about a half a teaspoon. Garlic powder, again, half a teaspoon. Chris's Chipotle hot sauce that's going in this. Now, you can use Chipotle powder in the absence of a Chipotle hot sauce. So we're going to go in with a nice little helping of that hot sauce right there. What we're going to do now, we're going to get it on the oven over here, the stove. I always say that, hey, down south everything's the oven, right? We're going to put this on top of the stove, start melting it down and get it all incorporated, get that nice consistency, almost not quite the thickness of a syrup. You want it just like an oil. Get ready, here we go, on the stove. You saw us put that hot sauce together. We got it over there on the stove. It's melting, all coming together. We're going to go ahead and get our flour ready to dredge these ribs in before it goes into that hot oil. So I've got 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I've got a half a cup of cornstarch in there. I'm going to take just a little bit of Cajun seasoning. I've got about a tablespoon of garlic powder, about a tablespoon of kosher salt, a tablespoon of black powder, black pepper. It's a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm going to get that all incorporated in there. So we got this ready. Next up, we're going in with the ribs. Last step before we dredge, we need a little bit of a binder. Now some people use a milk and egg and things like that. I use just simple yellow mustard. Best binder ever. I use it on fish, all kinds of things. When I'm barbecue, you don't taste the mustard, but it's the perfect binder. So I'm going to add just a little bit of mustard to coat these ribs and give that a stir. And I want to just make sure that these ribs, all of them, just coated real good. That's right, I need my old buddy Mike Pereira here for all this meat rubbing. He's the master meat rubber he's up in Texas now. We call him a Texicajun. Now it's time to go into our flour. Just going to make sure and get them nice and covered. There you go. Pat that in there real good. Give it a little shake. And we're going to go over here to the rack. I like to leave these sit up for about 10 or 15 minutes. Just to let that coating sit in and sink into that meat and get binded really good to that meat. If you put it in right away, sometimes it just washes off It hasn't adhered to the meat yet. Ooh, these ribs are so good. I'm only allowing 6 of them to be cooked in the house today. Got our ribs all nice, dredged in this flour, ready to go in the oil. While they set for about 10 minutes, a good time for Cookie to go clean himself up. Get these ribs into a nice hot oil bath, 350 degrees. Oh, perfect. And man, look how nice, beautiful, golden brown they are, and listen to this. Nice and crispy. Look at it. If you notice something too, you see that crust? That crust isn't coming off of there. Let the flour set on it a few minutes before we put it in. Last step, we're gonna go into this pot and we're gonna toast these with our Nashville hot sauce. So let's get it going. Here we go. And give your sauce a good little mix from the bottom, because that oil will sit on the top of it and all your seasonings will fall to the bottom. Right over these. We're gonna give it a toss, just like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get them good and incorporated. And then right out on the plate. Oh yeah, look at last but not least. We got some Dave's sweet and spicy pickles. We don't work for Dave's, we just like their pickles, and they are wonderful. These will bring joy to your mouth every day of your life. And look at here we go, baby. Nashville hot fried ribs. Man, if that don't make something happen in your mouth, I don't know what will. Let's take a little bite and see. Oh yeah, baby. You might call my friend Dr. Rob. I'm about to fall out from this. Them ribs are as tender if they smoked on that pit for 12 hours outside. Just comes like that. Right off the bone. Right off the bone. Oh my goodness. The hot, that spice from that cayenne, just a little bit of brown sugar, a seasoned crust. Oh my goodness. Man, the seasoning that we've coated these ribs with, boy, it's just popping out from underneath that crust. I'm gonna tell you what, guys, you take a little bite of rib, a little bite of that Dave's sweet and spicy pickle. There's a party going on in there right now. Fried ribs, it's where it's at. Nashville, hot fried ribs. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing. We're only here because you're liking and subscribing. We appreciate it. Come back and see us again. Cooking with Cookie, baby. Today we got fried ribs. Have fun with it. Enjoy. We'll see you next time.
Yet, yo.